dangerous electrical voltage. The 188A test set is designed to help in the safe performance of your job. It protects by testing for potentially dangerous voltages, indicating their presence. This tool, quite simply, can save your life. As well as being issued the 188A test set, you will also receive the B temporary bond, the WIBU cord, and the 193A test set. The 188A test set is a yellow plastic two-piece unit that weighs approximately 1 pound. The front housing contains a carbide probe tip protected by a conductive cap. It also contains 2 warning lights, one red and one green. The right side of the 188A houses a ground post, and the left a check contact. The rear housing contains a belt clip and an operating switch. In the middle of the unit is the flash guard, with 3 concentric circles. A non-conductive colored label is applied to the side of the switch and lists the date the test set was last electrically tested with simulated high voltage. A label containing operating and safety instructions is attached to the handle of the unit. The 188A is battery operated. The battery is housed inside the unit. To replace the battery, simply unscrew the 2 halves and pull out the battery. Before each use, the test set should be self-tested. First, visually examine the 188A for nicks, cracks, or other obvious damage. Carefully check the flash guard as well. Then, hold the 188A in one hand and press the operating switch. The green light should glow. If it doesn't, first check for over-tightening. If the 188A is over-tightened, it will not operate. Next, check the battery. If over-tightening or the battery is not the problem, do not use the 188A. When the green light glows, take your free hand and touch both the probe tip and the check contact screw at the same time, while keeping the switch depressed. The red light should flash. If the red light does not flash, do not use the 188A. One note, in very dry weather, you may have to moisten your fingers to perform this test. The conductive cap should also be tested for conductivity. Place the cap over 2 fingers and test the circuit again. If the red light flashes, then the conductive cap is still working and allowing electrical flow. If the test set is dropped, it could damage the protective insulation and internal circuitry, so care must be taken. It must be kept clean. Foreign substances on the 188A or your hands can affect the safe operation of the test set. Your B temporary bond should be examined to make sure it is not frayed and all connections are secure. Wiggle the connections to feel for play. Check for spring tension. And run the wire through your fingers to feel for burrs or breaks in the plastic insulating cable. Also check to see that the copper flashing is inside both clips. The B temporary bond is tested for continuity by clipping or holding one end onto the probe tip of the 188A and placing the other end on the contact check. Be sure to hold the bond by the plastic coating while checking for continuity. When the switch is pressed, the red light should flash to show that the bond is completing a circuit. In a similar fashion, the W1BU cord is tested for continuity and its clips and connections examined for wear. If either cord fails, do not use them. Return them to your supervisor for replacement. Additionally, a formal monthly inspection of all these items must be performed. Included in the monthly inspection is an electrical test of the 188A test set using the 193A test set. To perform this test, plug the 193A into any 110-volt source, depress the operating switch, and touch the probe to the 193A test set. The red light should flash. If all of the safety equipment passes these tests, then complete the monthly inspection card. Careful use of the 188A test set and its additional tools is one more way you can protect yourself and work safely.